All right, welcome back to the gym, everybody. Today we're gonna have a pretty good workout. Got people we haven't seen before. In a little while. So, welcome back. As usual, if you need us for anything during your COVID shutdowns or anything like that, we'll be here for you. Repping that 6x6. May as well start our workout. We're gonna go to Leo John and to milkshake. Leo John, let's do walking with wrist rolls. Single finger pull down stretch. Switch fingers. Switch fingers. Switch fingers. Pinky finger. Switch hands. And next finger. Leo John, show milkshake what you're doing. There you go, milkshake. That's better. That's better. All right, that's good enough. Palm up, pull down, stretch. Other hand, palm up, pull down, stretch. Pinky up stretch. Switch arms. One arm on top of the other. Switch arms. Left arm circle forward. Left arm circle backward. Double arm circle, right arm circle forward. Right arm circle backward. Double arm circle forward. Double arm circle backward. Helicopter spins left and right. Kennedy, show helicopter spins. Eve. Yeah, so just helicopter spins like that. And then lean forward and straighten up. Helicopter spins like that. Thank you, Kennedy. And start low, go high. One hand on top of the other, push your belly out, pull your elbows back. Thumbs up, elbows back. Arms up, arms down. Arms up, arms down. Arms up, arms down. Arms up, arms down. On your toes with your knees bent, and then straighten. On your toes with your knees bent to your heels. On your toes with your knees bent and straighten. On your toes with your knees bent to your heels. On your toes with your knees bent and straighten. On your toes with your knees bent to your heels. Hands on your waist. Feet face in. Keep your knees straight. And feet face out. And feet face in. Georgie boy. And feet face out. Slow kick walks with your feet flexed. Sideways kicks. Don't give me your attitude. I see you over there. Kick down to your knee. All right, let's get running. All right, Georgie boy, let's do your hollow. Stand in a hollow. Stretch your lats. There you go, buddy. Skiing seems to be going pretty well. Thumbs up, yeah? Okay, Bruvy. Good job, man. Open up and stretch. And it seems like you were able to transition into like strength and conditioning. I saw that you were doing some RDLs and all that stuff. I mean, hopefully the stuff that we did on Zoom helped you be prepared for that. Is that correct? Yeah? All right. Were the people that you worked with impressed by what you knew? Yeah? Awesome, man. Good. Thank God. Good job. Switch sides. So last week I told Kennedy that what we try to do is get through workout, and then maybe at 12:15 we can do some strength and conditioning, some kettlebell work and some stuff like that. So, you know, we're going to try to go back to regular workouts as close as we can. Open up and stretch. George, make sure that you reach out to Conrad and Jack and all the rest of the guys and Isaac and anybody else who needs it. All right? Sure, little Liam could work on gymnastics if he wanted to. Okay? Elbows, hips, and knees. What's up, man? Hope you are doing well. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Thankful for you, buddy. Well, let's do Spider-Man left. And Spider-Man right. And left. And right. Spider-Man in the middle. Yeah, you want to control your head a little bit more on those causes. You know, like Yusuf said, you're throwing your head off the table a little bit. In the middle on your belly. Hips forward. And hips backward. Hips forward. And hips backward. One more time, hips forward. And hips backward. Stick one leg out, half split. George, take a look at the screen, bruv. And other leg. Bend your knees and straighten them. On your hands and knees, face your fingers forward, 2 circles left, 2 circles right. Face your fingers towards each other, 2 circles left, 2 circles right. Face your fingers away from each other, 2 circles left, 2 circles right. Face your fingers towards you, 2 circles left, 2 circles right. Flip over, push gentle. Ten wrist push-ups. Flip over, 10 palm push-ups. Leo John, can you put that camera down so I can see your fingers so we can show George what we're going to do in the next exercises, please? Okay, that's a great view. All right, face your fingers forward, lift your fingers up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Face your fingers sideways. Lift them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Face your fingers backwards. Lift them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your toe point. And stretch your quads. Stretch your toe point. And stretch your quads. Dave Dilly stretch, 1 foot in front. Dave Tilly stretch other side. Switch sides. Switch sides one more time. V up to V seat. Nice, so you're going to want to get your feet to point at the ceiling, like directly at the ceiling when you do it on floor. Feet straight up, but I mean it's obviously much stronger. And 10 candlestick to straddle L seats. Kennedy, nice work. Nice job, dude. Oh, it's gotten so much better. Are you crazy? That's so good. Awesome, Kennedy. Great. Looks great. Wow, dude. I'm impressed with this. Good. Let's do pike stretches. Separate your feet a bit, left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. Separate your feet a bit more, left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. "90 degrees, left hand, left foot. And right hand, right foot. Elbows in the middle. Wide as you can, left hand, left foot. Right hand, right foot. Reach up and over with your right arm. Reach up and over with your left arm. Elbows in the middle. Stretch your shoulders. And your bridges. And shoulders. And bridges. Struggle's pretty real on this bridge, huh, Georgie boy? One more time, stretch your shoulders. And one more bridge. Nice work, Aiden. Nice work, Aiden. Good job. All right, let's do two future start flexibility routines, then we'll do our shoulders, and then we'll get going with some events for half an hour. All right, so let's kick with your arms lifting forward. Hold on. Let's wait till Aiden's ready to go. All right, let's kick. While lifting your arms forward, go to a Swedish fall, point your foot at the ceiling, push-up shape, and a right leg split. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Turn, face the middle. Hold middle split. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit down. Move your feet close together. Do a pancake. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Swim through all the way to a push-up shape and left leg split. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your right leg forward. Sit down, push up to a bridge. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down. Hands swing up and around. Reach behind you and stretch your shoulders. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your hands across the ground. Reach past your feet. Do your pike stretch. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. And let's do one more. Okay, LJ and Milkshake. Kick while lifting your arms forward. Do a Swedish fall. Point your leg at the ceiling. Do a push-up shape. Slide your right leg around and hold a right leg split. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Turn, face the middle. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Sit down. Put your feet close together. Do a pancake. Keep your arms parallel, not on your feet, Leo John. Swim through. Go to a push-up shape. And left leg split. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide your right leg all the way around. Sit down, push up to a bridge. Hold 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000. Slide all the way down. Arms swing up and around. Stretch those shoulders. Look at the ceiling, point those toes. Slide your hands across the ground, reach past your feet. Hold that pike stretch. And sit up nice and tall. Okay, let's do your shoulders. I think that we'll do, Leo John knows what's going on. Milkshake, just take a look at what he's doing, okay? I think that you know what shoulders are too. Okay, here we go. Georgie, if you need, I'll just put Leo John on. I don't know if you know what this is. I don't know if we started doing this, but I'll put him on so it's easier for you to see. So just watch and get the vibe. I don't know if you remember. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1. Shoulders, hands, hands, 2. Shoulders, hands, hands, 3. Shoulders, hands, hands, 4. Shoulders, hands, hands, 5. Shoulders, hands, hands, 6. Shoulders, hands, hands, 7. Shoulders, hands, hands, 8. Shoulders, hands, hands, 9. Shoulders, hands, hands, 10. Quickly now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders, hands, hold. And then 10 circles forward. And 10 circles backward. Arms bent above your head. Straighten, bend, 1. Straighten, bend, 2. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 butterflies. And arms below. Leo John, will you show George what a butterfly is? Just all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Yeah, keep going a couple more times so George can see. A couple more times. All the way up, all the way down, all the way up, okay? All right, Leo John, that's good. Take a little rest, buddy. All right, here we go. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1. Shoulders, hands, hands, 2. George, like a Maltese with your hands by your waist. Shoulders, hands, hands, 3. Shoulders, hands, hands, 4. Shoulders, hands, hands, 5. Shoulders, hands, hands, 6. Shoulders, hands, hands, 7. Shoulders, hands, hands, 8. Shoulders, hands, hands, 9. Shoulders, hands, hands, 10. Quickly now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders, hands, hold. 10 circles forward. 10 circles backward. Arms bent above your head. Straighten, bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and butterflies. And arms above your head. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1. Shoulders, hands, hands, 2. Shoulders, hands, hands, 3. Shoulders, hands, hands, 4. Shoulders, hands, hands, 5. Shoulders, hands, hands, 6. Shoulders, hands, hands, 7. Shoulders, hands, hands, 8. Shoulders, hands, hands, 9. Shoulders, hands, hands, 10. Quickly now. Shoulders, hands, hands, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shoulders, hands, hold. 10 circles in. And 10 circles out. Arms bent above your head. Straighten. Bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bend and straight. George. 8, 9, 10. And now butterflies. Okay, so before we forget, what I want to do is I want to do a little bit of handstand work like Chris Scotty was talking about. So Kennedy, I want you to do 10 handstands that push away from the wall and step down, and I want you to do 5 drifts. You understand what I mean? So you're going to do 10 against the wall where you're going to push on your fingertips so hard, push with your fingertips so hard that your body comes off of the wall. All right, so it's all about working on your fingertip strength right now. So she's going to kick a handstand against this wall, not go through the window. All right, your hands are going to be somewhat like away from the wall, and then she's going to practice pushing so hard with her fingers that her body moves away from the wall and steps down. But she's not kicking off the wall, it's only with her fingertips. She's pushing, pushing, pushing on the floor with her fingertips into the ground, and it's moving her away from the wall so that she has to step down. All right, and then a drift is when she pushes with her fingertips, but just not hard enough to push her over the top. And then she comes away from the wall a little bit, away from the wall a little bit, and then back to the wall. You know, on that one, take a little rest, Kennedy, because I see a little bit of change in your lower back and you're arching, you're breaking your shoulder angle in some of them. You want to just make sure that your body shape stays the exact same, and what you're doing is pushing away from the wall with your fingertips. Okay, so if you understand what I'm talking about, get going. Let's do it. So you're going to do 10 push so hard that your body steps down, and then you're going to try to do 10 drifts. So you push, your body comes off of the wall, but you're able to get it back to the wall. You want to keep your fingers straight. Your hands are going to be about like maybe a hand and a half away from the wall. And George, really push with those fingertips. At first, you want to push so hard that your body just pushes away from the wall and steps down. And you're just working on your fingertip strength. push, 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 pushing those fingers directly into the ground, straight down. Not necessarily curling your fingers and pulling the ground towards you, just pushing straight into the ground. You want to keep your shoulder angle the same. You don't want to arch. You don't want to collapse your waist. You just want to increase your fingertip strength. So 10 push away from the wall. These are called Kennedy handstands. And then the next thing that I want you to do is a drift. So you're going to push only with your fingertips, but only so much so that your body goes away from the wall but doesn't fall over the top. And you can take a rest in between each one of these. Obviously, it's going to make your hands tired. Do your wrist and palm flexibility exercises that we do in the beginning of the practice. And now Aiden's doing drifting right here. So drift just a little bit. Don't duck your head. Push real hard. Keep looking right between your hands. Make your body as tall as you can. So see, he did go away from the wall, George, but he didn't fall all the way over. All right? And eventually you should have enough strength so that you're able to hold it just before it gets to your palm. And that's where you want to hold your handstand, not with your body directly over your hands. If you're too close to your palms and you fall onto your feet, that's called underbalance. And if you're over your fingertips, that's called overbalance. So you want to be slightly towards overbalance in your handstands, just slightly towards an overbalance. So you want to just be able to drift away from overbalance and towards a little bit more of an underbalance shape. All right. It looks like Aiden's ready to move on. He's level 10,000. So let's do, Aiden, what event do you want to do, man? Want to do Pommel Horse? Okay, let's do it. Milkshake and Kennedy. I sent you guys exercises 1 through 5 on Beam. Let's do that. 1 second, let me copy this and send it to Kennedy. Milkshake, Kennedy. Kennedy, I just sent you 1 through 5. We're going to do that. The boys are going to do Pommel Horse. Unless George doesn't have a horse. I don't see why we can't do it. I'm sure George does have a horse. Pretty sure. Leo John, do you have a horse? Thumbs up or no? Thumbs up if you have a horse. Okay, go get your mushroom. George, you can swing? Nice, dude.
I don't have a mushroom, but I do have a pommel horse without pommels.
Yes, obviously that's what I'm referring to. No problem. All right, so let's get to going. I think that, Leo, I want you to do 15 circles, and I want to make sure that your belly is always facing to the right. That's the most important thing. 15 circles, maybe even 20, 25 circles, okay? Milkshake. Abdurrahim is here. Wow, look at this. This is like a cool workout. Same thing. Why don't we focus, George? Let's focus on horse right now for the next couple of minutes. Just controlling your waist, controlling your hips, keeping your belly to the right, I believe, George. Okay, Leo John, keeping your belly to the right. All right, you want to have your left leg on top of your right leg the whole entire time. Kennedy, you're doing, can you show Milkshake what we're working on? We're doing those forward levers, you know, like station number 1. Milkshake, this is what you're working on here, all right? I'm gonna put Kennedy on this side so you can see what she's working on. Okay, but you're gonna work a front lever and make sure that your arms are covering your ears. Yep, you don't have to go all the way down to the ground, but I do want to make sure that your arms are covering your ears and you're reaching tall, tall, tall like Kennedy's doing. Okay, nice. And go slow, all right? Go slow. Good control all the way down and good control all the way up. All right, and George, I want to make sure that your hip shape is effective. Maybe I can add a spotlight here. See Georgie boy. That's it. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, George. That looks pretty good. George, any wrist pain? Thumbs up if you have wrist pain. No? Good, great. All right, keep controlling those hips.
Daniel, did you say 25 of the loops?
Yeah, 25 is good. I think that's probably pretty good. I'm going to set a timer for everybody. I'm going to set a 3-minute timer.
And what do you want me to do next? Back loops?
Maybe just work on a couple more of these. We'll go 3-minute timers and then we'll be done. All right? Just a couple more good circles, perfect form. Okay? George, can you do a couple of circles with your feet in a straddle? Like, you know, about the size straddle of like maybe 20 centimeters. Just feet in a 20 centimeters. That's maybe a little bit bigger. That's a little bit too big, but yeah, that's pretty good. I would even go a little bit lower than that. A little bit closer than that. Maybe 10 centimeters. Yeah, and really just control right there. Yep, see those pulling your hips to the left, right? Right, keep your hips to the right as you're doing those, okay? So circles just a little bit with your feet, just a little tiny bit apart. Abdurrahim looks like he has a mushroom. When did he get that? Oh, he's had that the whole time. Abdurrahim, I think that this is a better idea for you to swing in this room. So Abdurrahim, I want you to watch George's doing circles, but he's doing them with his feet slightly apart. And I really want you to focus, George, when your right hand is touching the horse. Don't let your hips turn to the left like you just did on the finish of that. Leo John, you got to control your hips, buddy. All right, you got to control your hips. Again, Leo John, you got to keep your hips to the right. Really focus on turning your hips, a counter turn, countering your turn. At the end of each one of these, you're letting your hips turn to the camera. You want to make sure that your belly is facing away from the camera. Always, belly away from the camera. You guys have 1 minute and 15 seconds. Leo John, that was correct. Leo John, better. Belly facing away from the camera, Leo John. And Abdurrahim, you want your belly to face to the right. Always to the right. Kennedy, that was nice. I like that. That was pretty good. Make sure you do both sides, Milkshake, okay? Not just your strong leg. And Milkshake, that you can do it on the beam is a great thing. Good job. Go slow, Milkshake, and keep your arms nice and tall. Aiden, and same thing with you, Aiden. You just really want to keep your hips to your right, control your belly. And if you can do these circles with your feet slightly apart, that's also a really good drill. Help you start to develop flares. Leo John, at the end, right there, you're letting your hips turn to the left on every single circle. You got to keep your belly to the right. That was a little bit better. Leo John, I want you to freeze when I tell you to freeze. That was better. That was better. Okay, those are fine. Keep your belly to the right a whole time. 10 seconds to go. Kennedy, you're working on 5 stick in a row, or stick 5 in a row full turns. All right, Milkshake, you're doing 5. You have to stick 5 in a row. So if you do 1, 2, and then you miss the third one, you got to start all over again. And I want to make sure that what you're doing is you're really as tall as you can. When Kennedy goes, she's up tall as she can be. All right, reaching her hands all the way to the ceiling. And then your leg should be either on your ankle or on your knee. All right, notice the toe that comes up is touching your knee. All right, and then make sure that you're in releve. And then at the end, you also want to make sure that your back toe goes under. All right, so Milkshake, you have to stick 5 in a row. All right. Okay, now let's go with the guys. Let's do some front more work. All right, George, I want to make sure that you're working on hand placement, because when you're doing a front more on the pommels, you don't have such, carefree ability to put your hands wherever you want. You have to actually put them on the pommel. So I want to be able to tell that you're doing a front more as compared to a back more. So I just want to see hand placement. All right, and Aiden, you can start probably just kind of warming up. I don't want you to necessarily go faster than your body is ready to go. I can't do full turns. Milkshake, if you try a full turn, what would happen? Would your head fall off or something? All right, well, let me see you try it. I mean, I know that I can't do a full turn either, but I've tried them before. Or you could also do them on the ground, but I think that you could try it here. Dude, that was so close. I bet you'll be able to do a full turn. When you're able to do it, wave me down. And then Kennedy and I will watch your first full turn ever. All right, George. Yeah, I'm down with that, George. That was pretty good. All right, I think that when your left hand touches the one pommel, you let your shoulders turn to your left. Right, correct. Don't do that. When you get to the one pommel, you still have to have your hips and shoulders to the right. Milkshake, let me see it. I think that you're waving me down. All right, here we go. Milkshake's first full turn ever, Kennedy. Come on, Milkshake, you can do it. Come on, Milkshake. Ew, oh, that was awesome. Dude, you did it. Now, wait, you've never done that before? All right, dude. Well, that's pretty awesome. Kennedy, thumbs up. You like that? That's pretty good, right? Cool. All right, let's see one more. Come on, stomp it. Okay. Try to reach up nice and tall. Reach up tall, tall, tall. Tall, tall, tall. All right. Hey, Smoothie. Hey, buddy. Come on, up nice and tall with your arms. Wow, great job. Great job. All right. We got 10 seconds. All right, so the next thing that you're going to do is Milkshake. Watch what Kennedy's going to do. Kennedy, these are your kicks. All right. Each way, down and back, front, side, back, arms at the side, pressing back. Yeah, and concentrate on your posture. Long, tall neck. So, Milkshake, you're just going to go kick forward, and then next time down, kick backward, stay on releve, strong with your ankles. Okay. All right, why don't we work on some, let's just see everybody's front mores. Abdurrahim, can you show me a couple front mores? George, can you go circle, circle, front more, circle, circle, front more, circle, circle, front more, maybe do like 2 or 3 of those, and just work on just keeping good endurance with your arms. Right, maybe try to do 3, 4 skills in a row like you're going to be on on your pommel horse, but just front mores. That's it. Oh, look at those. Oh, geez, George. Oh, geez, buddy, your hips turn to the left. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, Georgie. Oh boy, control those hips. All right, let's see Abdurrahim and let's see Leo John. Leo John, let's see you try to work on these front mores, and I know it's going to be hard for you to do it up on here, but we can at least say, take a look at your hand placements. So let's see your hand placements on these. Correct. That would be correct. All right, let's see you try to do a circle and then a front more. See what happens. Okay, look at that belly turn to your left, though. You got to finish your heel drive. That was better. That was better. Finish the heel drive when your hand is on the right, on your right hand. When your right hand is on the horse, finish the heel drive before turning to your left. You almost got to finish the whole loop before you turn into the front more. And finish it here, and then front more. That's it. That's it. That was pretty good. Finish the whole front more. All right, George, let's see what it looks like. When your left hand is on, you're kicking too far to the left. So look at the screen, buddy. All right. When your left hand is on, instead of stretching like this, what you do is you kick to the left. So you go circle, circle, circle. You get to the front more. When your hands get on the horse, don't kick, don't turn to the left, don't kick your toes to the left. When your left hand gets on, extend your body to the right and it'll turn to the left for you. All right, so that's the correction that I would make. Let me see one more time. It's your left hand. Right there. That's better. And stretch to your right. There you go. That was better. Those two are better. But then the thing is George, and maybe I'm a bit of a stickler, but you worked so hard that whole turn to keep your hips to the right. You went circle, circle, hips to the right, circle, circle, hips to the right. And then when you stopped the circle, you stopped it by letting your hips turn to the left. So here you have a very good turn and you're working so hard to keep things to the right. I think at the end of the turn, when you turn your hips to the left, you're reinforcing a bad habit. You don't want your belly to turn to the left. You know what I mean? So can you do one more turn? And I want you to continue to keep your belly to the right. Don't collapse your body. Don't let your body turn to the wrong direction. Everything's got to be to the right. So when you finish, you almost want to finish in like a rear support to the right. Okay, fine, whatever. And finish in a rear support right there. Much better. But see, now they still do drift a little bit to the left. Control your hips at the end. Reinforce the good habits. Okay, and don't let that hip turn out to the left happen just because you're jumping off the horse. Okay, that was pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Guys, let's move on to back mores. Okay, is that Georgie's Pops over there? All right, what's up, man? All right, let the other guys know that if they need somebody to help them work out, we'll help. All right, Georgie, let's move to back mores, okay? Stockley A and B. And then Abdurrahim, I'm going to want to see some back mores from you, please. All right, and same thing with Leo John. Let's see you guys move forward, and maybe you fall down, but that's okay. All right, let's get Aiden back on this screen. Let's see what he's working on. Kennedy and Milkshake, you guys are going to be working on split jumps. So you're going to do left leg splits first. Start with your good leg, but then you also have to do your opposite leg. And one of the things I want you to focus on is not letting one leg go higher than the other. I'd rather even splits than uneven splits. So even splits that are lower are better than uneven splits. Abdurrahim, correct. Excellent hand placement. Excellent hand placement. Remember, your hands are going to be on the pommels. So they got to be right in the middle of the squares. Correct. Beautiful back more. Beautiful back more. All right, Georgie boy, let's see it. Your left hand's going to shift to the end of where the pommel would be. Your right hand's going to go onto that pommel. Beautiful, George. Beautiful. Still, don't look to the left. Right here, you want to be looking. Nice, George. Nice. But then at the end, look at your hips were left at the end. Right? Your hips were left at the end of that turn. Come on, belly to the right. Belly to the right. To the right. Okay. I think that time what you do is you kind of like you turn with your shoulders. Your eyes are still looking like this way, but your shoulders do this. And now everything's left. Right? What you want to do is you want to push to the right. And because your arm is attached here, your body is going to swing around to the left, but only because your arm is attached to the pommel, not because you're actually turning to the left. Everything pushes to the right and around. Pushes to the right and around. It's exactly what Aiden's working on right now. It's called drifting. Pommel horse drift. Drift to the right. Hey, I like that one, Milkshake. Good job. Right, I like that one. That was nice. Maybe point your front toe a bit more. Point that front toe really hard. Big point. That's it. It's all with your... That one was with your right hand on the way back to the middle, George. On the way back to the middle, you're collapsing with your right arm and allowing your hips to like pike. Instead of, the flares that you do, you have that huge heel drive in the back and control. You have to do almost the same thing at the end of the Stockley with your right hand. You know, so driving those heels, leaning forward on it. There you go. Good job, Milkshake. So, Aiden, I think that you have to really have bigger shoulder work today. Your shoulders are upright. Yeah, maybe your hands hurting and stuff with that. So, I'm sure you'll work it out. Oh, you have a rip? Okay, I get you. Yeah, that's no fun. That's no fun. Abdurrahim, beautiful work. Let's see one or two more of these. Abdurrahim, maybe you can do circle, circle, back more, circle, circle, front more. And maybe, George, you can show me that combination too. Okay, I mean, I think that your left hand in both of those situations went more towards the middle of the horse than on the pommel. And I think that as you're extending back after that front more into the middle of the horse, Abdurrahim, make sure that you push your belly to the right even more. It looked like you started to kick your toes a little bit. It's all about pushing your belly out, not kicking your toes. That was a good front more. I like that hand placement better. I mean, back more, and this is a good front more. Much better exit out of the front more. I like that much better. Okay, that was good. Leo John, let me see what you're working on here. Keep your belly to the right, belly to the right, belly to the right. Okay, Leo John. Don't scrape those feet on the ground. It looks like, Leo John, that you could do this skill if you wanted to, but then what happens is you reach down onto the ground and stop yourself. Right? Keep your feet off that ground. I think that you could do this. All right, let's do one last thing. Kennedy, Milkshake and you are going to work on sticking 3 in a row cartwheel or front or back walkover. Whatever you do for an acrobatic element. So you have to stick 3 in a row. All right, same thing with you, Milkshake, okay? And then after this, we'll get to a little bit of strength and conditioning. Abdurrahim, nice work. All right, George, let's see what you're doing, buddy. Belly to the right, belly to the right, belly to the right. That's better. The extension with your right hand there. Don't turn left. Don't turn left for the love of God. Right? Good. Good. Yo, your dad better be blasting me on social media tonight, that's for sure. All right. All of England better be on Wednesday. Belly to the right. Driving, driving, driving. You know, make sure, George, remember your hand placement, right? At no time can your hand be on top or in the middle of the mushroom, because if you're on pommels, then they would be in the wrong spot. So just make sure that your hands would get to where the pommels would be. Yeah. I think that was too on top of the horse. That was a better hand placement, but then with your right hand on the way back in, you scooped your toes around the top again. All right. Sure is a lot to work on. I sure do like it. All right, let's see what Milkshake is doing. Milkshake. Get on that beam, Milkshake. Nice job. Nice job. Well, hopefully that was 2 in a row, because this will be your 3rd in a row. Come on, Milkshake. You got it. If you stick it, then we'll move on to our strength and conditioning. Come on, buddy. All you, Milkshake. Get on it. Get on it. Hey, there's a little champ. Nice job, Milkshake. That was pretty awesome. All right, good job, dude. All right, let's move on and get a little bit of strength and conditioning in, so that we have a well-balanced workout today. we're gonna do our maintenance exercises. So for maintenance exercises, we're gonna start with kettlebell swings. All right, I'm gonna go to Aiden and probably Kennedy because they know what we're doing. All right, so Aiden, we're gonna start with 4 sets of 6 kettlebell swings. Dude, you're funny on camera. All right, so kettlebell swing is your RDLs with like a weight in that you're holding vertically, and your, I don't know, go get a weight and I'll explain it to you. Yep, you're gonna hold a weight like that. You're gonna do RDL and then extension, RDL, RDL, and like kind of swing the weight like that. Exactly right. And you're gonna do 4 sets of 6 of these. Leo, you're swinging the weight too high, much too high. Kennedy, that's pretty good. I think that'll work fine. All right, 4 sets of 6, and it's just an RDL. RDL and extension through the RDL. It's just a big hip hinge, really. And I don't even want you to think about swinging the weight. The weight will swing as a result of you doing that motion. All right, and then Aiden, I don't mind if you kind of add a little bit of weight to that, but be mindful of the fact that now you guys are slightly detrained towards all of these strength and conditioning exercises because you haven't done them in a while. So I don't necessarily want you to do heavy weights. Same thing with you, George, you know what I mean? Because we haven't done these exercises, I don't want you to all of a sudden go back to where you were before. We have to start low and use a little bit of progression. So lightweight is good for now. Eventually we want to work back to the spot. But I believe, George, you've been doing all of this strength and conditioning. So I don't think that there's a reason for you to not do this. Right? It's just an RDL, same thing. RDL, swing the weight, 4 sets of 6. Okay, milkshake, I want you to use very little weight, no more than 5 pounds. Okay, very little weight. I think what you're doing is fine. Milkshake, when you do it, I want to make sure your knees bend in the same direction as your toes. Yeah, don't let them go in, don't let them go out. Bend them right in the same direction as your toes. Okay? After you're done with 4 sets of 6, we're going to do 4 sets of 6 of these 3 exercises. You're going to do bottom up squat, floor presses, and underhand rows, but you don't have to rush right now. It seems like people are still finishing up. A bottom up squat is a squat. It's the same thing as a regular squat. George, you have a question? No? Okay. A bottom up squat is the same thing as a regular squat. You just stop at the bottom of the squat for 2 seconds. All right? And then kind of explode on the way up. But I don't want you to squat by bouncing off of your knees. So I want you to try to get those hips low. All right? Keep your elbows to your knees and explode on the way up. But, Leo John, I think that you have to squat down with your bum a little bit further down. You're not doing an RDL, you're doing a squat. That was better, Leo John, correct. Abdurrahim, your knees are going wacko. Your knees are going crazy, Abdurrahim. And Abdurrahim, stop at the bottom. Stop at the bottom. Stop, 2 seconds, and then up. It's a bottom up squat, okay? So you're gonna do you're gonna do 6 of those, and then you're gonna do a floor press. All right, you're gonna go to your back, and you're gonna do 4 sets of 6 floor presses. A floor press is just like a bench press. And then you're gonna do 6 underhand rows, and we're gonna go around 4 times. Leo John, again, it's a bottom up squat. So I want you to stop at the bottom for 2 seconds. And then up. A bottom up squat. Stop at the bottom for 2 seconds, George. Stop, and then explode. Stop, and then explode. Boom. You're gonna do 6 of them. When you're done with your bottom up squats, you're gonna do 6 floor presses. Abdurrahim, if you have 2 weights, you can do it with both arms, But if you don't have 2 weights, then you can do it with just one arm, a single arm, or a floor press like Aiden's doing. So 6 of those, and then when you're done with 6 floor presses, you're going to do 6 underhand rows. So you're going to stand in your RDL shape, and you're going to do 6 underhand rows. Underhand, so you want to have your palms facing forward, Leo John, but that is correct motion. Correct. That's exactly good listening. That's exactly right. Okay, 6 on each arm. Correct. This is an underhand row here. So 6 of these. And when you're done, you're going to go back to your bottom-up squats. So you're going to do a bottom-up squat, a floor press, and an underhand row. And you're going to go around 4 sets of 6. You can go however you want. I would get your elbows a little closer to your body, George. That's better. Better. And I want the weights to be in the same angle as your upper arm. So 45-degree weights, 45-degree elbows. No, like, yeah, that's correct, but I don't do anything different. Keep your hands the way they were. That's correct. Just turn your wrists out a little bit. Yes, just a little tiny bit in the same direction as your upper arm. Now it should go in a little bit. They should go in. Yep, good, like that, just like that. Correct. That's correct. I don't know how to explain that. Elbows 45 and weights 45. So you're going to do just 1 set of 6. And then when you're done with 6 of those, you're going to go back and do your underhand row. And when you're done with 6 underhand rows, you're going to go back to your bottom-up squats. And then you're going to go back, so you're going to go like around in a cycle. Kennedy, good job. Make sure that your knees are over your toes. See what you're doing. It's pretty good. I guess you could go like a little bit further down with your hips if you can. But it looks fine to me. Looks fine to me. Good job. Yo, stop making faces at the camera. Everybody can see that. How's your earring game going today?
I ain't been at school because I've got corona.
You have coronavirus? Brother was there. How could you get it? You guys were in the same room working out. And your mom?
Yeah, well, my brother had it and my mom has it. Well, had it. No, she has it. I don't have it anymore because I'm going to school Wednesday.
Okay, well, I hope that you keep healthy and your family is healthy, and I keep you in my thoughts 100% of the time. All right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, dude. All right. So when you're finished with those 4 sets of 6 of all of those exercises, all right, looks like Abdurrahim is still going. Leo John is still going. Leo John, make sure that you're lifting those weights slowly. I don't want it to be like bounce up and down. You have to be in control of the weights. Nothing about what Aiden is doing is too fast or looks like he's bouncing off the ground or looks like it's out of control. It's all in control of the weights that you're using, Milkshake, okay? When you lift them up, when you put them down. Okay, good job. Good job, George. And the tendency right now, George, is to go back to where you were before and lifting whatever weights, but just want to be careful. It's different movement patterns. You don't want to get injured, so start slow and get bigger. All right, and then we got another 3 exercises that we're going to do after this. You're going to need a bungee of some sort if you have one, because we're going to do band marches, so like the bungees that go between your feet. And we're going to do arm bars, arch work, and band marches. So the arm bars are the things that, yeah, that'll probably work, George. We'll figure it out. All right. Arm bars are the ones where you lay on your side and you point the weight at the ceiling and you look at the weight for 10 seconds and don't look at the weight for 10 seconds and then stack your feet. That's an arm bar. And we're also going to do arch work, and we're going to do band marches. So I don't know if you have all that stuff, but you might need a bungee. And it looks like Aiden's still finishing up what he's working on. So. Nice work, everybody. All right, we good, Aiden? One more time around, all right. If you're waiting for Aiden to finish, obviously you can do your wrist flexibility exercises. You could stretch your biceps against the wall. You could foam roll. Anything that's going to make your body healthy. We're going to go for about another 7 minutes and then we'll sign off for the day. Nice job, Aiden. Maybe what we'll do is just finish with some arm bars. I think that'll probably be good enough. So Aiden and I will show you what an arm bar is, and you guys can follow what we're doing. Now, you do not need to have heavy weight for an arm bar. So you only need to probably, Aiden, you'd probably be good with maybe a 5, 8, 10 pound weight. Something like that is more than enough. And when you're doing arm bars and get-ups, you actually don't want to use very heavy weight, because then what happens is the bigger muscles start to take over. So we're going to do arm bars and get-ups for those small stabilizing muscles. All right, so here you're going to bend your right knee and hold it with the weight with your right arm. Straighten your arm, your left arm above your head. That's your right arm. Put your left arm like facing the wall behind you, Aiden. No. Hold on to the weight with your right hand. Just take your left arm and put it directly up. There you go. So all the way down from your left arm all the way down to your left toe makes like this straight line. And now you're going to push the weight to the ceiling, and your right leg is going to come all the way up and over and go onto the ground in front of you like that. Then you're going to look at your hand, you're going to look at the weight, and you're going to control the weight with your eyes and your body, and you're just going to hold the weight there for 20 seconds. Then you'll notice that your arm quivers and it moves all around, and there's these little muscles in your shoulders that are going to start to take over and try to keep that weight right there. Now, Aiden could also take the weight and hold it from its end, so the top of the weight is even more top heavy. Right now he's going to really do a lot of work with his wrist. Alright, now what you're going to do is you're going to take your ear, your left ear, and put it on your arm, and you're going to look forward. So now you have to balance the weight differently. Instead of balancing it with your eyes, you're going to balance it with your proprioceptive cells in your muscles and tendons, which tell your body where it is in space. Now what you're going to do is you're going to stack your legs and flex your feet. So stack your legs, flex your feet, and try to balance it this way. That's called an arm bar. Try to keep your legs straight, George. Just flex your feet. All right, now, Aiden, what I want you to do is bend your top leg, put it back on the ground. Look at the weight. Roll back to your side. Cradle the weight and rock it to the side so you don't hurt your arms. All right, and you're going to do another arm bar on the other side. And I think that if we go back and forth and do 2 or 3 arm bars for a minute each, where you're doing 20 seconds, look at the weight. 20 seconds, don't look at the weight. And 20 seconds stacked without looking at the weight. All right, I think that will finish off a pretty good workout for the day. All right, you're using your top leg as like a kickstand so your body doesn't fall over. And then you're going to put your ear on your arm and not look at the weight. And you'll see when he does that, it creates a lot more motion in his upper back, a lot more motion in the weight, because you can't rely on vision. You have to rely on other parts of your body. Control that weight, George. Control that weight. Okay? Abdurrahim, when you're using those weights, I want you to be further away from your brother, because if you drop the weight, it's going to drop on the side of his head. So I want you to make sure that you're not in a situation where your brother could get hurt. There you go. And then when you stack the weights, make sure that your hips are not, when you stack your legs, make sure that your hips are open, not arching, just straight, and your feet are nice and flexed. The flexed feet will give you another point of contact, make it a little bit more stable. And then always rock the weight, cradle it, and roll it to the side. All right? Good job, everyone. Good job, everyone. So I would suggest do 2 or 3 more of those, and then what I would do is a cool down. All right, and then I would foam roll. And if you have workout later on today, make sure that you're eating carbohydrate and drinking water, and protein is good, and vegetables are good, and all that stuff is good. What a pleasure it is to have George and Milkshake and people that we haven't seen in a little while. Spread the word, all right? Wednesday, back at noontime. Let's get this, all right? In the meantime, keep revving that 6 for 6.